Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to A Match Made in Heaven, Eternal Love Forever. After Vlogmas Day 8, I was told that I needed to talk about my research, because we were talking about that today on Vlogmas Day 8. So, recently I did do some research on our beautiful hometown, and I wanted to discuss that a little bit, because I wanted people to know what was going on. So yeah, I did do some research on what happened last year. And a lot of people are wondering, why in the hell did you do that? Well, the reason I did the research is because I didn't want to make things up. Now, I've had to record this multiple times over tonight because I have screwed things up so many times. It's like, oh man, I've had to redo it. So I'm up really extremely late recording this because I keep effing it up. So that is, like I said, I'm a perfectionist and I won't say something that is not facts. I wanted to make sure I had my facts straight. So basically, I will not say something that's not factual. If I don't know it, I'm not going to say it. And so I wanted to make sure when I did things, I had my facts straight. Now, last year was really rough, and I actually watched the coverage tonight, which is another reason why I'm up extremely freaking late. It was extremely late, because I was watching it and then I was doing my vlog, and so I'm up all night. It's very early in the morning, so I'm kind of tired. But anyway, it's not something for the faint of heart, let me tell you. I wouldn't recommend it if you cannot handle footage, because you do hear, at least I did. Now, like I said, because of my blindness, I do have some very sensitive hearing, and so yeah, I could hear a little bit more than I wanted to hear. Let's put it that way. I heard a lot more than I wanted to on that. And he was trying desperately to drown it out, I think, but it wasn't really working, unfortunately. Chris Hall. I have to be specific on which Chris I'm talking about, because there are several storm chasers named Chris. Very popular storm chaser name, it sounds like. There's at least 2 or 3 that I know of. I'm going to say 3, at least, that I know of, because they mentioned a couple different ones. So yeah, there's at least, I would say, 3 of them. I don't know, because the one I know, I thought it was him that was there, but it wasn't. That I know of. I don't know if he was actually there for sure. I don't think he was, but I could be wrong. But I know he wasn't the one injured there that I know of. That again, I don't know. But because when he was badly injured, that was in, I think, April or May, I think. I'm wanting to say May, I think he said, was when that happened. And he misjudged where he was going because he was thinking too fast and, yeah, was nearly killed. And it was, ooh. And that was creepy. I'd seen that. He showed that footage. It was, oh, yikes. He said it rolled his car for 20 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God. That is creepy. So yeah, and it wasn't the same. It wasn't the Twister in Roland Fork. It was a totally different one. Because see, originally I thought maybe that was the one, but it was not. Which is why I wanted to get my facts straight. That's what I mean when I say I want to get my facts right. Now, I do not know if he was there. That's this particular Chris. There were a couple of Chris's there, I guess. But I don't know. They said another Chris was there, but I don't know for sure. So, yeah, don't know. But he misjudged the tornado, the one that was injured. He misjudged it and got hurt. And that's scary. That's really, really scary. I'll be honest. That's yikes. But I also discovered that when I was looking through and watching some footage, because again, I wanted to do my facts. I wanted to get my facts right. Well, I realized that when Mayfield happened, just 3 years ago, guess what? I was fighting with an app. I discovered I didn't get to do the tribute to Mayfield because, guess what? I was in a fight with an app. So next year, that's going to happen. We're going to do a tribute to Mayfield. Whether it's on the morning show, whether it's probably on YouTube, I don't know. Probably both. Knowing me, probably both. But anyway, yeah. And I'm going to do some research because I don't remember how many shows I did. I have to double check that. So again, I'm not going to tell you how many because I don't know. But yeah, I'm wanting to say I only did a couple, like 2 or 3 maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it was not many because I was in a fight with technology. Yeah, technology is not always nice, especially when you have to beta test it. Yikes. But yeah, technology is not your friend all the time, especially when you want to do something nice and you can't do it. But yeah, so we got that. Next year, we're going to do that tribute. So, yeah. And I did discover that the Mayfield tornado was not the first one that storm produced. That storm was a nutcase that night. Yikes. That was not... No. I'm wanting to say there was at least a couple before that, maybe 1 or 2 before that. Before that monster decided to take over for what'd they say, 3 hours, I think it was on the ground? I think. I mean, that was hell. That thing was dangerous. And that wasn't even the last one that storm produced. I mean, it was sheesh. I think it was 3 at the maximum time it was on the ground. I mean, that thing was nuts. That storm was nasty. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I mean, there were... I'm wanting to say 1 or 2 before that it produced. It was a monster. And again, both of these storms were nocturnal. They were at night. Yeah, yikes. No thanks. That's the worst time for one of those. That's... Even though crazy Papa, meaning your stepdad. Yeah, exactly. He's nuts. I want to see a tornado at night. Are you out of your mind, sir? Yes, he is. Yeah, very. He is. I'm thinking, Daddy, if you saw the shit these 2 towns went through at night, you would not want that, sir. And the sad part is, this dude, I'll be honest, if I was there, okay, hypothetically speaking, let's say I was visiting my real hometown and it was nighttime and a tornado was going to hit, I would not want to be there. I'd be wanting to get the hell out of there because you know what he'll do? Instead of being in a safe zone, oh, no. He stands there with the door wide open. Hiya, tornado, come on in. We're inviting you in for supper. No, thank you. Yeah, he's weird. Yeah, he's weird. He would sit there and watch it. And his philosophy, well, if it's going to take me, it's going to take me anyway. I'm like, so you want to give it the open opportunity to just take your life? No, not me. I mean, don't let it just take you. Make it not be able to get you that easily. Exactly. Jeez. Grandpa, you mo. He is a mo. Sheesh. But yeah, he's something else. But what I will tell you about the footage of March 24th, 2023 that I did see. Now, as you know, I'd just seen some small vids. That's how I discovered Rolling Fork. I had saw Freddie McKinney. Thank you, Freddie. And I saw Tornado TRX. thank you, Tornado TRX, for introducing me to our virtual hometown. Well, basically, I'd seen that, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need to get my facts right before I go and do any big time shenanigans. Next year, whatever I'm going to do, I need to get my facts right. If I do a tribute or whatever, I decided, okay, I'm going to do something for the town, next year, a tribute, I'm sure. And that is going to be a rough day. Oh, God. Because it's a beautiful day for the fact that it's my best friend's birthday, but it's a bitch because of what happened in my town. So it's like, God, help. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, God, I'm going to be up and down all over the damn place. So, yeah, it's going to be rough. It's going to be yikes. But anyway, so I'm probably going to be doing 2 vids that day. One for the town and one for my friend's birthday. So yeah, it's going to be like, because I'm not going to put that on the same vlog. It's not appropriate to me. So yeah, it's going to be hardcore emotional that day. So yeah, it's going to be yikes. So anyway, I wanted to get my facts right. So I went to try to find an actual broadcast of that day to get my information down. Well, Max, unfortunately, he might have done one, but I don't know, because his are not actually dated with the exact dates of when it happened. So yeah, I would have to get Max's perspective, I would have to go into every one last year that mentioned the T word and check out the date and see when it is. Because yeah, yikes. But I did find Ryan Hall's because his are actually dated on the date that they happened. So yeah, yikes. Ugh. So yeah, and let me tell you, like I said, and I told Casey this, and I had to get firm with her because sometimes she doesn't always listen to me when I tell her not to play stuff, because she was involved in a car accident. And basically, when that happened, she is sensitive to the sounds of crashes, whether it's fake, like a video game sound effect or whatever. It triggers her. And I told her, I said, Casey, because one time I told her, do not play the Twisted Sister version of Leader of the Pack. I said, if you think that the Shangri-La's version will trigger you, hearing the sound of it, it's worse on Twisted Sister. Well, the goober decided to play it anyway because she's a May. She is a May. Yeah. So she played it, and yeah, it gave her the creeps. And I told her, I was like, Casey, don't do that. Well, this time I had to get a little bit snippy with her. And I said, don't you play that. I said, if you are sensitive to screams, don't play it. I had to get a little snippy, not mean, but firm with her and say, don't play it. Because, like I said, sighted folk might not be able to catch it, but I could hear it in the background. I could hear people yelling. And you could hear the scaredness in Chris Hall's voice. You could hear the scaredness in his voice, begging Ryan for help. This town needs help. They need help. And I mean, it was gut-wrenching, y'all. It was, I wouldn't recommend that on my worst enemy. Let me tell you, if my worst enemy came to me and said, what's the scariest thing you've ever seen? I wouldn't tell them. I wouldn't tell them because I wouldn't want them to go watch it. That's how eerie it is. That's how devastating it is. That's how tragic it is, y'all. It's bad. I mean, it's rough. And I mean, storm chasers, they even went into, they stopped chasing it to help. I mean, they became first responders. They became good Samaritans because they had no service. The town lost power. They had no phone service, nothing. So, I mean, it was like, oh my God, it was bad. And to watch it, to actually see the thing unfold was just, and the scary part was I had the storm pegged before it even hit it. She did. It was creepy. Yeah, I did. As soon as I heard them saying something about one crossing the river, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Because see, I had watched Freddie McKinney's video. So I knew exactly which supercell they were tracking. I knew exactly which one was going to hit it because I'd seen it. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah, it was bad. It was rough, you guys. It was, It was rough. And the other town that it hit, Silver City, it was a mobile home park, basically, almost. It wasn't a complete mobile home park, but a lot of the homes there were mobile homes, a lot of it, manufactured homes. It was, oh God, not a place that thing should have hit. And I'm gonna say something here. Ryan Hall and I have something in common, and it starts with a P. Personification. I do a lot of personification, and so did Ryan on, I think it was, like I said, I don't remember because I have watched a few of his outbreak videos. Because like I said, I watch them because, like I said, I want to get my facts straight, especially if we go do tributes to places. I'm going to make sure to watch him and get my facts straight. Well, I believe it was the Mayfield stream. And he said, and I quote, "It's like this thing is hitting these towns on purpose." And I'm like, whoa, honey, you did not just say that. I was like, whoa, Ryan, dude. I was impressed with him because I would have said that. It was like he was reading into my thoughts because I'm like, is this thing just hitting these little towns on purpose? That's really what was going through my freaking head. And it's like Ryan Hall was saying it out loud and I'm sitting there thinking it. I was like, damn, dude, get out of my head, Ryan. Yikes. But yeah, I mean, I was impressed because we were thinking the exact same thing and he said it on YouTube, mind you, on freaking YouTube. So I don't feel so bad for saying, I felt the same way. It's like, because see, the Rolling Fork tornado, they thought it was going to miss them, like brush them maybe. That bitch turned and hit it head on. I'm like, you prick. You hit that town on purpose, you prick. That's exactly what I thought. When I watched Freddie McKinney's video, that's exactly what I thought. And I'm like, okay, you were going to turn, you were going to go the other way and just brush the town. And what did you do, you bitch? You turned and hit it straight head on. You ass. And yeah, I said that. I was like, I cannot believe you. It's like, seriously, that is one storm I can tell you I cannot stand with a passion. And I mean, in all honesty, it probably didn't do it on purpose. Of course it didn't. But to me, it's like you had a vengeance out on you, dude. Because it was intensifying going through the freaking town. I mean, it was like, dude, are you serious? Like, slow down. Like, good Lord. But yeah, I mean, sheesh. I mean, right through the center of town, 85% of it demolished. Like, you ass. Yeah, ugh. Me and them storms do not get along very well. And never will, let me tell you. I hate storms. I ain't gonna lie. This is why I hate storms. I've never liked storms. I hate them. You go, girl. Yeah, I go, girl. But I do not like storms. Like, if I know there's storms at night, as long as I know they're not severe, I'll sleep. But if I hear there's going to be possible severe storms, I stay the hell awake. Forget it. Nope. And this is why I stay awake. I will not fall asleep. If I know there's a potential for severe shit, I'm staying the fuck awake. I am not going to sleep. Forget it. And another thing I'm going to give Ryan Hall credit for, and I'm plugging him a lot in this one, and I think Max would probably have said the same thing. Which one was it? I'm also thinking it was the Mayfield stream, but I think it was the one headed for Monette. I said it right this time. But I'm thinking it was the one headed for Monette in Arkansas. In fact, I know it was. Brandon Kopic was chasing it, and he intercepted it, which it knocked his service out before he could get a video of it. I don't think he was able to get the actual video on the stream, but he was able to film it and send it to him, if I'm not mistaken. But Ryan goes, any minute we're going to see its ugly face. I'm like, yes! Finally somebody calls a tornado ugly. Yes, I love you, Ryan Hall. Thank you. Yeah, I love you, Ryan. Thank you. Finally somebody calls a twister ugly. Thank you. Because these storm chasers do not call them ugly. I don't know why they won't call them ugly, but they don't. I don't know why. And thank you, Ryan. I love you for that, my friend. Awesome job. Calling a tornado ugly. He's the first one I've seen to call one ugly. Good man. Good man, Ryan. Good man. But yeah, so anyway. But yeah, I think it was the one that hit Monette that he called ugly. I'm like, yes, because it was. It leveled a nursing home in Monette, Arkansas, you guys. Leveled it. Trapping everybody in it. Yeah. Jerk. That storm was a jerk. So yeah. That storm was... That was nasty. That storm was a nasty one. It was a monster. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was yikes. And see, again, I was doing research. I was only watching it to do research and the scary part was when I did watch it, you know, I was taking mental notes. Because a lot of people don't realize that it wasn't the same tornado the whole time. Nope. It produced, I think they said 5 or 6 of them, I believe. Something like that. I mean, it produced a lot of tornadoes. The same storm doesn't always produce just one. It'll produce multiple, especially if it's a long track storm. Supercells are dangerous. Yikes. Yeah, they're... And see, this is what I love about weather. I love to learn new things about that because, see, I didn't know that. So I learn a lot of things from these young guys that follow the stuff for a living. And, you know, I definitely recommend Ryan Hall's channel. Ryan Hall, y'all, on X, on, you know, any social media platform you could find him. I recommend you follow him as well because he is also very, very detailed with things. Both people I would recommend you follow in case one's not active or one's not streaming. I'd have the other one as a backup because, oh my goodness. You know, they're both excellent at what they do. And a lot of people don't have cable no more. Ryan will tell you that. A lot of people don't use, you know, they don't have cable TV. I don't have cable TV. So it's great that these two, Max and Ryan, are both on YouTube so that you can watch them and follow them and know what the hell's going on with this stuff, even if it's not in your area, okay? Even if, okay, let's say, for example, you're like me. You don't live in your, you know, in certain areas. You might have family in certain areas. And I found Max because of Hurricane Helene. I followed Max because of Hurricane Helene. Because why? I had family in Florida. And so I wanted to make sure that my family was safe. When Milton hit, I was basically tracking that brat because I wanted to make sure my family in Florida was safe. So yeah, that's what I do. I follow this stuff just to make sure I have, a mom, she does the same thing. She has friends in Oklahoma. And Mom was sitting there one day, we were watching the November 4th, I think it was. We were watching it and I said, Mom, Muskogee, Oklahoma, Muskogee County, get your friend now, move. Because she was talking to me, wasn't paying attention. She was watching, I think she was watching Connor. And I said, Mom, Muskogee County, go now, call your friend, move. And I had to do it fast because we're talking tornadoes. I'm like, no, go now. Disconnect the call. We're still here. Move. And she did. She called her friend, and her friend got in her basement, and her friend, was okay. So, I was like, yikes. So I follow this. And you should have heard her, because wasn't one going near Joplin and you were screaming at it, get away? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was screaming in my head off. Because Joplin don't need another damn tornado either. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, Rolling Fork bout got hit in 1971, we found out. So it was like, oh, hell no, you don't. You guys, you storms, leave my town alone. Virtual or not. Leave my town alone, you creepy freaking weather. No. But anyway. So yeah. Oof. So, like I said, it's not something for the faint of heart. If you do something like this, if you do research, like when I do my tribute for next February, next year in February, I've got to do research, and that is going to be really rough to deal with because it was a rough day. It still, to this day, drives me nuts. But I've got to do it to get my facts straight. I got to know my facts before I go and do anything, because if I don't, it's not going to be a good show. It's not going to be a good tribute. So I want to make sure I have my facts. So anywho, I will see you guys tomorrow for more, and we will love you and leave you, and we'll see you guys soon on A Match Made in Heaven, Eternal Love Forever.